I'm coming to you from the Bob for this next interview with University of Delaware's women's basketball head coach, Tina Martin. Coach, thank you so much for meeting with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You know, the season so far, you are in the 17th season, the winningest basketball coach, men or women's. You guys are doing really well as a team. What would you attribute all of this success to?
You know, I think I've surrounded myself with really great people, both on the coaching side of things. My assistant coaches have really been tremendous over the years. And then the young ladies that we attract here, our student athletes, they have been a joy to coach. You know, there's always a up and down roller coaster feel to every season that you go into with injuries and illnesses and things. But we really have recruited exceptional young people, and it's great to see them grow, and it's great to see them learn not only the game of basketball, but just really be successful in life. So the success goes on and off the floor, but it really comes down to the quality of people that I'm so fortunate to work with.
You know, you hear a lot of coaches developing players, and you've been credited with developing a lot of star players like Elena, Delle. How dependent is the team on these star players?
Well, you know, what you do is you look at your team and you look at their strengths. And you mentioned Elena. She certainly was a talented player before she got here, but you have to figure out all the other pieces, if you will, that go around her. You know, who passes the ball well, obviously who can rebound the ball, who's the best screeners on the team, and then you decide to develop an offense. And obviously, you know, I've just been very blessed with having kids who have the desire to come here and work hard. And once we start working with them, we look at their deficiencies, we look at things they need to get better at, and then we continue to work on them season after season. And if kids have a good attitude and they have a good work ethic, they usually improve, which is really exciting. And that's what my job is, to help them get better as players. So we look at all their strengths, we look at their weaknesses, we try to make those weaknesses turn into strengths, and then we build the team around that. I really cater to, you know, our offenses going with either our forwards, if we have very good forwards, or if we have guard play that's very good, then obviously we'll use our screens, our ball screens, for the guard position. If it's the forward position, then we use a lot of post up, a little high-low, to try to get our post players the basketball. But I've just been very fortunate. I've had good position players for a very long time, and that goes down to recruiting. You know, again, my assistant coaches do a tremendous job, and we really do it as a team to attract these young people to come to Delaware, and I've just been very fortunate.
Is it hard to bring some marquee players to the University of Delaware, or have you found that a lot of players are gunning to come here?
Well, you know, it's kind of a two-edged sword. Let me explain. Getting to the top 25 like we did last year, we went after a lot of the top, if you will, top 20, top 30 players in the country. But as you raise the bar, as they say, then you start going against the Connecticuts and the Dukes and the Stanfords, and it's really hard to compete for those kind of elite players year in and year out at the University of Delaware. This is a great university, fantastic, has so much to offer, but you know, some of the facilities that they have and the tradition that they have makes it difficult, because year in and year out they're in the top 10. You know, we're fortunate that we finally got to the top 10 the first time in the 17 years I've been here. So it's hard to try to recruit those kind of elite players. What we look for are outstanding student athletes that we feel can help make Delaware better. And then if they have a great work ethic, as I mentioned, then they will continue to get better and better as players. So as you raise that bar and as you go up, you climb the ladder of success, yes, you're going against some of the top schools in the country for women's basketball. It is hard to attract some of those players to come here, but we certainly do give it a great effort, and we you know, obviously contact those players, bring them to campus, and we hope for the best. But there are many, many great universities out there, Delaware just being one of those.
Have any of your players expressed any concerns about, you know, when Elena and some of your key senior players move on, about the quality of the team? I mean, is there this sense of there might be a rebuild year?
Well, you know, when we lose 6 seniors, and I really don't care what 6 seniors they are, this group is an exceptional group, certainly, with Elena Delle and Kayla Miller and Tremaine Lucas, and the list goes on, Jaquetta May and Lauren Carra and Danielle Parker. It's going to be a big loss because of experience and because of the skills that they bring to the floor right now. However, I think as a player, you certainly are excited to come into a program that is, have a chance to play right away. There are going to be very many seniors. We'll have 3 that following year, but for the young players, the freshmen that we've already signed that are coming in, I think they're ecstatic and they're ready to go. And, certainly it's going to take us some time to gel as a group. You build each and every year and you rely on your seniors. And because we have such a large number this year of 6, that will be a big loss. But I do believe that the group that we have coming in next year eventually will gel, and eventually they'll make a very good basketball team, and we will be able to compete in the CAA and challenge again for a championship, hopefully. But that really comes down to health issues. Can we stay healthy? How quickly the freshmen can adjust? But there will be a drop-off just from an experience level. I'm excited, though. You build and you get these seniors to the level that they're at right now, and we are playing at a very high level here at Delaware, and then they graduate, and you're very sad to see them go. But then you start anew again, and you have all these fresh faces looking at you saying, how can I possibly contribute to the tradition that's been Delaware women's basketball? And I think that's exciting because, I'm going to teach them a lot of the same things that I've taught Danielle Parker and Lauren Carra and all the seniors. So that's exciting to have fresh faces and a new look to our team. It makes it challenging, yes, but I think we'll be right there when it's all said and done.
Your team is performing so well. You're poised to make a run at the playoffs. If you don't get there, knock on wood, do you have concerns about your job security in terms of what happened with Casey Keeler?
Well, I think that anytime you go into a year, you're looking at how well you can make your team perform and how well they can play. I've been blessed because I've been here 17 years. The administration, every single person that I've worked with has been tremendous. And I know that if I take care of the X's and O's and treating the players the correct way and helping them to graduate and become outstanding young people, I don't worry about job security from that standpoint. I just love what I do. I always say that you want to have a job that you have a passion for, and this job I have a great passion for, and I would like to be at Delaware a very long time, and I'm going to work extremely hard. And whatever happens, wins and losses, certainly we want to be on the winning side of it, but no, I don't get concerned about job security. What I get concerned about is, how do I do my job? Am I doing it to the best of my ability? And as long as I can look in the mirror every day and say, yes, I'm doing it to the best of my ability, I feel good about the job that I'm doing here at Delaware.
You guys have seen record attendance at home and even at away games. What does that support mean to you as a coach and for your players?
Well, our fans have been unbelievable. They have been there every step of the way. I like to call them our 6th man, and it's funny because I've had the Blue Hen Hoop Club to my home for dinner and that type of thing, and the fans, they feel a part of this program, and they should feel a part of it. They're here at every home game supporting us. As you mentioned, every game we go to, we've got a upcoming game against Drexel, and we will sell out Drexel's arena, and there'll probably be at least 2/3 of that crowd will be Delaware people. And so for our team, for our coaches, it means so much to us that they're here, they're following us, they're making the trips to Towson, they're making the trips to Drexel, they're making the trips to Hofstra, wherever we go. And it's just great to see a sea of blue when we come out. I call them Blue Hen Nation, so it's just wonderful to see them support these young ladies. And, they're providing an experience of a lifetime, for our coaches and for our players. So I'm thrilled. No matter where we play, I know that Blue Hen Nation's going to be there, our fans are going to be there, and it's a very good feeling.
One more question for you. I was looking at your Twitter feed,
yep,
and I noticed a lot of your tweets end with "eyes forward" in all caps.
Right.
Tell me about why you say that every time, and what your intention is behind it.
Well, we get a theme each year. Last year, the players came up with the "eyes forward," and I thought it was very catchy and very good because I'm always telling them to only concentrate on the next game. So the game that's at hand is the most important game on our schedule. And once we're done with that game, then our eyes move forward to the next game. So, the focus has to be there one game at a time, and I'm a big believer in that. You can't look into next week's game or next month's game, or if there's a big game around the corner. You have to really take care of business on that next game, whatever's in front of you. So eyes forward means you're looking forward to the next game and only to that game, no other game. And it feels good, I think, for the players to understand that that's always been my theme since last last year. I like it. It's a catchy phrase, and it is exactly what it means. Look forward, you know, look to promise, look to being positive, and so I always tell our players, you know, one game at a time. The next game is the most important game, and when that game is over, and then it's the next game. So have your eyes forward and looking ahead, being positive, and taking on any opponent.
All right, well, our eyes are forward to a very successful season.
Thank
we
you.
hope for you. Thank you so much, Coach Tina Martin, for being our first person this week.